Welcome to the Bushido Gang. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Attack on Samurott, bringing you all a drawing video. Now, usually I do these on Sundays, but I didn't. So I apologize for not getting this up on Sunday or even Monday. Monday I had work, so there's that. But yeah, I apologize for not having this up for Sunday. Just got distracted. Uh, Anyways, drawing video for today is gonna be it's gonna be a new character that I made for my comic, Miss Intern. So I'm working on her right now, and this is the character. So just gonna show you like a full page or full version of it, and then then I'm just gonna draw it out on here or redraw it over with the XP pen. So yeah. Just a little. Well, before we get started, please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Join my Discord, the Bushido Gang, and subscribe for some more content on my channel. Currently, I'm on my way to reaching my sub goal of 550. If we can hit 550 before the end of December, before the end of the year, that'd be really cool. Even like beyond 550, I would love that. But yeah. The goal is that once we hit past that goal, I will do a let's play of Pokemon Legends Arceus again. But this time Arceus, sorry, not Arceus. There's a different pronunciation because in British, they call it ass is arse. So yeah. Legends Arceus. So we're gonna so I'll play that, but I'll use Pachirisu as my starter for that game. So that'll be pretty fun. I have no idea how Mash gonna do that though, but again, we'll just figure it out how it goes, I guess. Um, but yeah. Anyways, how are y'all doing? Hope you guys have been having I hope you guys have a good week. It is the beginning of the week anyway. I'm recording this on a Tuesday, so you guys should probably see this today. I'm recording this early in the morning. Well, not early in the morning. It's like almost 10 in the morning now. 9:45 actually, to be exact. So yeah. So I guess a little bit of background information on this character. This character is from my comic Miss Intern. But she is let's just say that she's an important character to both the main character and the supporting character for Miss Intern. So I'm not gonna say too much about what her role is for my story, but I will just let you know that she will appear in the very first chapter of my comic Miss Intern. So yeah. Speaking of which, I recently finished my first one-shot comic. I believe I shared it with you guys a while back. But it's called Boom versus Sting. It's a track and field comic. Uh, that revolves around two sprinters, and they're both running and their event is the 100 meters. So the 100 meter the 100 meter sprint basically it's just like a sprint on the straightaway of the track. So it's basically like the basically like that midpoint of the track where there's no curve. It just goes straight down. So yeah, they were running in that event, and I didn't have any dialogue or anything with it. It was pretty much just a straightforward like visual experience. So I mean, I guess a manga really, or I guess like any kind of comic is a visual experience really. Not everyone like looks at a gets a comic or a manga to just like read it. Sometimes they just look at the pictures. So this one's actually more just a visual one. But again, it's my first one, and I did get a lot of positive feedback from friends and from friends and family. So yeah, I'm pretty happy about how it came out. unfortunately, I don't have a full website where I can actually upload it fully. I have it on my I have it on my personal art portfolio. Where I have all my other like art stuff published, or not published, but already like put up and such. But I don't have a again, I don't have like a full fledged website where I can just upload it where I can just upload it and you guys can actually look at it without having to go through like other things. So, what I might do for this video is I might just share some of the pages, um, and you guys can see it for yourselves and whatnot. And I'll probably go through like a little bit more information or a little bit more detail about it. Or I could just do a separate video like just going over my comic. I could do that as well. Just let me know what you guys want. But I'll probably just end up showing what I have anyway. But yeah. Yeah, I was working on Boom versus Sting. I want to say since I think it was since late last year, sometime around this time last year. I think that was when I was starting the comic, or had the idea in my head to draw out the track and field comic. Cause I was already doing sketches beforehand. And just kind of like it just kind of kept evolving pretty much. Then I started to do more even during the summer, and I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna make this a thing, and now it's a thing. Uh, almost a year later. So yeah. Again, I was very nervous about having to do this comic because I pretty much again like I didn't have any like prior I didn't have any prior experience with doing comics. So I kind of already had doubts about it. Like I already doubted that it was gonna do well, but again it actually did fairly well. So um I appreciate, again, like I'm gonna try my best to get a website for it so it's a little bit more accessible, because doing it through my art portfolio is not that great because you have to make an actual account to look at it. So I don't want to have to do that too. I don't want to have to do that. Um I was trying to get it through Webtoons. But for some reason Webtoons is being weird when it comes to making a creator profile. I don't know why I couldn't get through it, but yeah, I couldn't actually I couldn't make a creator profile for what's it called for Webtoons. So I apologize for that. If I can find another alternative, or if you guys do another alternative, then I'd appreciate that too. But yeah. Now with Miss Intern, this is actually going to be a full-fledged comic. I already have pages written, at least like for the first 3 chapters of Miss Intern. And even the same with my main comic, which is Ozzy Strider, which I am gonna show. I guess more. I am gonna show sketches of that as well. So I do have a ton of sketches already for Ozzy Strider, but unfortunately they haven't been as I haven't put as much focus into it comparing to Miss Intern and even to Boom versus Sting. And I do have another one shot comic in mind as well. That I just started thinking about and even started doing sketches for. I want to say a couple days ago actually. This one's gonna be more of a personal kind of story. Um, More or less kind of like it's more of a conversation, if you will. So it's more dialogue. Or it'll be my first one with dialogue in it. So I'm excited about that one. But I don't know how well that one will be received. But yeah. I'm not gonna tell you the name of it, but I'll just let you know it's a very like it's more of a personal kind of comic. Alright, so that's her hair. And now, to get down to the form. So you're probably wondering, what kind of story is Miss Intern supposed to be about? Well, I can give you a very simple summary of it. It's gonna be a basically it's gonna be a action slash comedy, or an action comedy, uh, kind of comic, or manga inspired comic. Uh, so paneling wise, I think I'm gonna have it be more like a manga style. So I may end up having it be read left to right, but I don't know. That's a little too weird. Never mind. I'm not gonna do that to you guys or to anybody from the U.S. because I mean, like that's definitely weird for them if they're just reading this for the first time. So it'll probably just be left to right or right to left. Just make it easy and accessible. But it would be fun to do. It would be fun to make a comic from left to right. But I think for now I'll just stick to it being right to left. Just make it easy and accessible. Um, but yeah. So I'm gonna bring her arm a little bit more down. So I want to show a bit more of her hand. Yeah, like I said, it's gonna be a manga inspired comic, with a genre of being a action uh, slash comedy, story. Which is like most like shonen stuff, because I mean a lot of shonen does have a lot of comedy in it. I mean like Bleach, for example, is funny as hell. One Piece is hilarious. One Piece is hilarious. Um, what else? JJK has its moments, but it's not really funny. It's got that dark humor to it, and what else? Uh, My Hero really isn't funny. Now I am inspired by now this comic is is inspired by it's inspired by other animes I watched growing up. Like for example, Kenichi the Mightiest Disciple. Um that's one of my favorite battle shonens. Just because of the message that it has, but also like the it's funny as hell too. But also I just kind of related to the main character at some points in my life then. And again, it was just great. It was a great it was a great anime. I need to read the manga for it. I know the manga's been over for years. But I definitely have to read the manga for Kenichi the Mightiest Disciple. I keep saying it, but I haven't done it yet. But I have to. I have to. Um just to find out what happened after the anime ended, because the anime ended pretty abruptly. Like it ended right before I actually don't want to go too far, but if you are interested in if you're interested in Kenichi the Mightiest Disciple, then I do recommend watching it. It's very fun. It's a very fun anime. Um but yeah, that was one of the I guess you could say outside of Dragon Ball, that was my first anime that I got into. Then down the road I started getting into Cowboy Bebop and such. So so yeah. And then like Soul Eater and such. So yeah. Oh, did my music drop? I think my music just stopped. Oh, okay. Alright, well it'll probably come back. It probably just lagged or something. Um let's see. That hand is so weird. Cause I'm not. It's not meant to be small, but it's also not meant to be like that. I think what I'll do is I might just extend it out a bit more, or maybe tuck this in a bit. Might tuck in her arm a bit more. I mean, she's still a strong woman, but like, gotta make sure that this is a little bit more. Hold on, wait, let me see what happened here. Oh, this is okay. Just went to a whole different thing because I thought I locked it. It's weird how every time I like lock a music in, it never stays locked in. It always just does some weird stuff. Anyways, let's see. Let me go back and then do something like that. I'm not gonna worry about that too much. Again, it's just all like it's all part of it, part of the process. But for now, just make it look like that. Um, Definitely looks a bit strange though. Yeah, it does look a bit strange. You know what? I'm gonna do this instead. Forget the fist. Oh, my bad. Forget the fist. I'm just gonna do this instead and just have her hand like come down, kind of naturally into a fist. Just that way it doesn't look too weird. Hmm. Hmm. I think for now, make it look like that. Have her hand come up a little bit more. Damn, this still looks odd. Sometimes hands are a little weird to draw for me. Like sometimes I can get it right, then sometimes I can't. Especially like if it's on the side, that gets really weird for me. I think what I'll do instead is just this for now. I'm gonna be frustrated with that hand. Anyways, for now, I'll just skip it and I'll come back to it later. Um, so I don't waste too much time. I think my music just died. Okay. Probably because I have too many tabs open. Get rid of some of these tabs. I don't need this tab anymore. Don't need this one either. Don't need this one either. Oh shit! I didn't mean to do that. Fuck. Well, there goes my music again. Um, you know what? I'm just gonna go without music. I know it sucks. Hopefully, it doesn't suck too much, but let's go without music because I don't know why that was taking so long. Alright, so going down to the chest area, then down to the waist. So when I was uh I guess planning out how to draw this character, there were two things I was considering or I was thinking about. I was thinking about like I guess like what time frame I wanted her look to be based on, but also I was thinking about um how I could relate her to the main character and to another character that's in the comic. That's in this comic, and the one thing that I ended up coming up with was 70s. Why 70s? Well, I don't know why, but it just kind of the idea just kind of got to me. I guess it's as simple as that. Uh, I really was just kind of in the 70s kind of mood. Also, because I was listening to a lot of 70s music, so listening to Sly and the Family Stones. Was listening to Stevie Wonder, a whole bunch of other artists. Within like the late 60s, early 70s time frame. And even like thinking about like other ideas as well, or other stories as well, like Black Dynamite and and whatnot. So that's kind of where that really came from. Um, and yeah, again, at least with her design, this isn't the whole story. This is just specifically with her, with this character. Cause like I said, she is she's gonna be important to the story. Um, like in a way, the first chapter is kind of a one shot in itself. With her, which is strange to say, but that's kind of what I have in mind right now. For her character, for the beginning of the story, anyway. I'm gonna make that hand look better. I'm gonna give it another shot. Gonna give it another shot because I mean, jeez, this just looks horrible. um, but I'll come back after I fix her assets. So, um, I'll come back to the hand after I fix her assets. So we're just gonna do that now. I don't know why, but one of the when it comes to like the clothing from the 70s, one of the things or one of the like especially for women, like one of the things I really liked was kind of like those pants that they wore where it's kind of like the loose fit or like it's like a tight fit in the waist, and then it just slims down. I don't know why, but that just looks nice. So yeah. Oh yeah. Also, her headphones are attached to something, so or connected to something. So let me just add that real quick. I was gonna actually, in a couple of different instances, I was thinking about um I was thinking about having it to where what's it called? To where 'cause, I mean, she's listening to something, obviously, right? But I was thinking about having it either be in her bag or have it be again on her waist, uh, or like in her pants pocket. I'm still thinking about that. I think I will. Yeah, I'll just do it right there. So just do what I did before. This technically isn't my first attempt drawing her. I did make an attempt to draw her again or to draw her um again on Sunday night. But again, I just got really tired, so I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna try this again at a later date. It's only been 34 minutes. I don't know why I felt like it was an hour. Yeah, I'm almost done with her, so I shouldn't take too much longer. I'm gonna try my best to make these drawing videos like at least around an hour. I don't want to try and go too much because I know people aren't gonna watch. Um, but yeah. But then again, if you do enjoy me doing like hour-long drawing videos, then I appreciate that. That does mean a lot to me. Um, I realized that when I was talking about the plot of the actual story for Miss Intern, I didn't really like specify what it actually is. So again, like I said, it's a fighting comedy type of story that's inspired by anime and also or by anime and also like some movies as well. Has a little bit of John Wick in it. Has a little bit of at least like in terms of the setting anyway, is a little bit more John Wick inspired. But there is like some comedy in there as well. And again, adding into the anime aspect of it too. It is inspired by stuff like One Piece slightly, a little One Piece side, a little One Piece side. Um, what else? Again, Kenichi the Mightiest Disciple, and and again a bunch of other ones. Um, yeah. So this character, again with her being tied in with the main character, which again I have shown a couple times already on my channel. I have shown like drawings. I've done drawing videos of her, of my main character, as well as the other character that I mentioned before. Um, the main character, her name, she doesn't have a name yet, but her name is Miss Intern, and then her teacher is called Sensei P. Um, and again, like I said, this character right here is related to both of them. Uh, but again, like I said, her point in the beginning of the story is important, but I don't want to tell you what it is, obviously. Um, but again, the idea of the story from his intern is that basically she's an intern starting at this company, and this company is kind of, your run of the mill corporate company, where they take care of filing documentations or filing documents, uh, just basic office stuff. But there's a little bit of a caveat to it as well, to where if you want to let off steam, then well you can fight each other. You can fight each other. So there's kind of like a little bit of a Fight Club sense to it, to where you rank up based on how many wins you get, and with that rank up, that also increases in pay, and it also increases in, I guess, I was gonna say unless you have to do, but that might be another side thing. But you get paid based on how many wins you get, and depending on like I guess like uh how well off you are, you can actually you can actually hire fighters to do the dirty work for you. So that's something that I was considering with this story. Just to make it, a bit more interesting in that aspect. Um, but yeah. I'm probably gonna have somebody in the comments tell me, "Hey, yo, why'd you give her so much ass?" Well, I mean, shit. I mean, I just like that. Anyways, also she works out, so like, cause I mean she's a fighter at the end of the day, so she has to tone her body. So got to make her look the most athletic as possible. I'm fucking weird. Anyways, but yeah, so again, that's basically the plot of the story. Um, that the main character is going to have to it's going to be kind of like the outlier in this setting. What is she going to do? I'm not going to tell you obviously, but again, she is an outlier in this kind of setting. So, um so yeah, cuz she's an intern. There have been people in the past that have entered this company that have been interns. Um but Again, I don't want to say too much about it. But again, like she is an intern. The main character is an intern for this, or in this kind of setting, and again, because she's an intern, which is ironically pretty sad in most companies, because in most companies, IRL, a lot of people would take advantage of an intern, and would kind of use them as kind of a not a slave, but you get what I'm saying. Um, so in a way, she kind of has something like that. But again, I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna say any more. I'm not gonna say more than that. But that's the idea anyway. That's the idea I have in mind for her. All right. Well, that's that. So the background for this where she's pointing at, um, she's actually pointing at the building of where the story will be set at, and I already did a separate, I guess like a separate sketch of that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually just gonna show you what it looks like now, and you guys can actually see what the building's supposed to be like for yourself. So this is what the building's supposed to be like. So technically this could actually fit right here, but actually it probably could. It probably could. Um I probably did make her smaller. Like significantly smaller. Um actually yeah, that's not that bad. You know what? Ironically, I like where this is already. This technically isn't supposed to be where she's at, but this is the idea I have in mind anyway. With her, she should be a lot smaller actually, because I mean this building is huge. Pause. Um, and again, she's significantly smaller, but um, I guess maybe it actually didn't look that bad over on the side. Um, and kind of like a side view, not side view, but like kind of like how I had it before, where she was like coming into the foreground. Or she was actually like in the yeah coming into the foreground like this. Um, but yeah, again, this is the idea I have in mind anyway, just to kind of have her like point at the building and whatnot. Uh, but yeah, like I said, this is kind of what I had in mind with her. But yeah, I'll probably end up redrawing it, making it look a little bit sharper. But but yeah, so that is gonna be my character. Now she doesn't have a name obviously yet. I was thinking about maybe having her name be kind of aligned with Sensei P. Um but I kind of already liked where this was. Um I mean I kind of already I mean I don't really have a name in mind yet, but again just something that's aligned with Sensei P, like on the same kind of plane anyway. But but yeah, I probably can make this look even smaller too, and then have her look even like look bigger in the background or in the foreground too. Um, but again, this is just an idea I had in mind. Uh, this is an idea I have in mind, but again, the image itself is what it is. So this is her in the flesh, or I guess on paper, in the ink, or in the digital space. So yeah. Um, in the meantime, I can show you the other pages I had for my comic, Boom and Sting. So I'll just show you now. Oh wait, uh, Boom versus Sting. So I'm not gonna show every page. I'll just show at least like the first. Let's just see how many I can open actually. Um, Honestly, I may as well just show everything. Um, so I'll show the first seven. Show all 7 pages, and you guys can see for yourself. So this is page 1, page 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So this is Boom versus Sting. This is the very first page. I did have a cover page as well, so let me show you the cover page too. For Boom versus Sting. So here's the cover page right here for it. So again, like I said, I posted the actual like comic on my main on my main account, so my personal account. Um, I could also put it up on my I could also put it up on my other account, or not on my other account, but on my damn, I can't think of it. But you get what I'm saying. Um, you get what I'm saying. Yeah, this is the main cover art for it, or the cover page for it. So this is how it starts out. So it starts out seeing this cover art, or its cover page right here. And then going into page one is where the actual comic starts off. So you see both runners actually starting are actually like starting up already. Um, Again, Boom being on the left, and then Sting being on the right, and then basically they're both in their starting position. So they're both in their starting phase. So they're both behind the line. Sting is slightly on the line, with only with his thumb, but like that was just me messing up. um, and then again their names. So Boom's full name is NASA Boom Davis, and then Sting's name is Sheer Sting Thomas. And then basically like shows the gunshot going off, and they're proceeding to run. So um, this part right here, this panel that I drew right here, with them popping off the blocks. This is actually my favorite. This is one of my favorite panels to draw from this comic, or from this one shot. Um, I put a lot of attention into this one because this is like the main. It's like the most dynamic part of the one shot. Like this is where things really pop off. Because I mean they're literally popping off of the blocks. Now, one thing I keep being so analytical about myself and how I draw, but like I kind of wish that I had went back. I had went back to this panel because I think I could have made this look a little bit better. Because for one, these look like wooden blocks. They're not meant to be wooden blocks. They're actually meant to be like starting blocks. And starting blocks do have kind of like this spring at the bottom of it, or in the inside of the inside of the block. I forgot to actually draw that. So that's why it looks a little off. Because I mean, like, if you're again, if you guys, if anyone is watching me for the first time, and and they've ran track before, they know that. Then they probably have an idea about like how the blocks look and everything. But yeah, my bad. It was supposed to be like actual blocks, but again, when I drew this the first time, I wasn't thinking about that at the time. But thinking about it now after it's been said and done, I should have actually made it look more like blocks, because I actually did do that in the following panel anyway, in panel 4. So yeah, these are actually what the blocks are supposed to be looking like. So I guess maybe it could be more like a this be more like a interpretation, not interpretation, but what's it called? Um, it'd be more of maybe more of an exaggeration. It could be something like that. But yeah, more like emphasis on it, more emphasis on it than the actual block itself. But I kind of regret not doing that. But at least I kind of made it up in page 4, so it looks a little bit better. You can see them actually popping off and actually about to spring off spring off the blocks right here. So yeah. The one thing that I did add later on when I was making this comic was adding in the times. In the beginning, I actually didn't have times for them. Uh, I only started to make times for them, like, I want to say sometime around early this fall. Actually, I started to make times for the characters. Just because I thought the times actually kind of like coincided a little bit better. No, my bad. It was late summer. My bad. Late summer of this year. That's when I started to add the times, just to make it, again, give more emphasis on the characters, and also just to show like where they're placing, and also just show like how close they really are. That's why I had the times right here showing that point 10 and point 11. Um, I didn't want to make it like too drastic, or too not drastic, like too close. Um, so I just made them like slightly, like, giving them that close enough, or making them as close as possible, to make it suspenseful and whatnot. And then they're like actually starting to come up from the spike, and from the blocks. Because when a lot of sprinters, when they run, a lot of the time, they keep their head down in the very beginning. So like they pop off of the block, or off the blocks, and they're already like coming off blocks, and their heads down. Then they start to pick up. I want to say like around 20 to 30 meters in. So around that time, that's when they really start to pick up. They started to pick up in speed. So they have a huge burst in the beginning, and then they start to pick up a little bit more when their head pops up. So like in page 6 right here, that's when they actually start to pop up more, and you can see. So yeah, just again showing more emphasis on again like their facial expressions as well and whatnot. I didn't go too crazy with the shading here, obviously compared to page 3. But you can tell that I did put a bit more emphasis on them here still. So there's that. Um, but yeah, as you can see, their times are still fairly close to each other too. So again, I didn't want to make their times like too much apart. Just wanted to make sure that it was still as close of a competition as possible. And yeah, and I did add more than one panel in this one. So again, showing 3 panels here, and again showing that Sting is leading slightly, but again Boom is still behind him and can catch up, and he does eventually catch up at this point right here at page 7. Now they're more neck and neck, and you can see that there's more of that kind of like sweat that comes off. So yeah, which is common in basically it's meant to show like strain with the sweat kind of coming off. So yeah. Anyways, that pretty much covers the pages. I mean, I could go more. I could show everything, but that wouldn't be as fun. So these are the first 7 pages of my comic. The comic itself is about 14 pages, so I just showed you like half of it. But yeah, that's gonna be Boom versus Sting. And again, I'm happy that it came out fairly well. Um, but again, I did have some regrets, or I did kind of what's the word? Um, I think it could have been better. I do, but again, I'm just happy I did it anyway. So yeah, and now I think it might be time to actually like start to do comics for real. So I mean, I'll still be doing one shots. I think doing one shots is nice. I enjoy it. Um, or I did enjoy the process of working on Boom versus Sting, and in and again with the other ones I have in mind, again Miss Intern and Ozzy Strider. Uh, again, I do think that my experience from then could probably be applied into Miss Intern and Ozzy Strider, especially because Ozzy Strider was the first one I actually started. Like Boom versus Sting is just a prototype for what I have in mind for Ozzy Strider. So yeah, it will be better than what I did, or it will be better than Boom versus Sting, obviously, and same with Miss Intern as well. Again, it was just more like a starting point. So I'm only just now coming off the blocks. So we'll see where things go from here. But yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed my drawing video and also enjoyed that short showcase of Boom versus Sting. If you did and want to see me do more drawing videos in the future, please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Join my Discord, the Bushido Gang, and check out my other social media links as well. All those links will be down in the description. I really don't like the way this looks now. I think it hold on, maybe I can make this look a little bit better. Like I think it actually looked better when her hand was like in the foreground. So like right around here. Um like right here, this actually looks a bit better. Yeah, that looks better. That actually does look better. Looks a bit better. Because it actually shows her like coming up here. Yeah, I like that a bit more. Um but yeah. So again, that's gonna be that. And I will see you for some more drawing videos in the future. And maybe I'll do more work with Miss Intern, or maybe I'll just show more sketches that I have, or more poses that I have in mind that I've been practicing on too. So yeah, it's gonna be that. Be safe, wash your hands, and I'll see you for some more drawing videos in the future. Peace out.